BBCYM, how's everyone doing? It's your youth pastor Jeremy again for another teen service devotional thought for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy these videos. I hope you take time as a family to kind of walk through some of these questions and to go over the lessons together, because we want to keep you guys connected through this time. And so we are continuing in the story of God's people. And so last week we talked about this transition from Moses to the new guy, Joshua. And this week, Joshua is in charge. So we're going to start reading in Joshua. So what I want you to do today, we have a large section of verses that we want you guys to cover. So we want you to read all of Joshua 1, all of Joshua 2, all of Joshua 3, and all of Joshua 4. There's a few sections of verses we're going to really hone into, but I want you to get that whole context. So hit pause, read those sections of scripture together, and then we'll talk about it here in a second. So in the beginning part of Joshua, it says 4 or 5 times this phrase of be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged, for I am God and I'm with you wherever you go. Now, this was an important message for Joshua to remember, because there was a lot of things that he was going to face. That now as leader, he had to take what Moses did and bring the Israelite people to the promised land. Remember that him and Caleb, the other spy who saw the promised land and saw the giants that they had to face to get the promised land, they were the only ones left. That everyone else had died by this point. And so God tells Joshua, be courageous, for I, God, am with you. And in Joshua 4, God kind of puts Joshua to the test, and he brings him to the Jordan River. That they're about to cross the Jordan River. The second time that God brought his people across a river or sea on dry land. And so in this, it says that he had to actually step into the water before it became dry. That God commanded that the people carrying the Ark of the Covenant go forward, and then once they entered the water, the river split. And God's people were able to cross on dry land. And then there was this cool moment right afterwards that we get this first imagery of what we refer to as an Ebenezer. Now that might be a word you're not familiar with, or you're like, Ebenezer Scrooge, what? No, what an Ebenezer is it's a section of stones stacked together as a remembrance. And so Joshua tells the people to grab 12 stones from the river, from inside the river that they just walked across, and to set them up, to stack them up, to be a reminder for the people. And Joshua even says that your children will look at this and say, what do those stones mean? Why are those stones like that? And so that we can tell them how God went before us, how God provided for us. That these stones can be a remembrance for us. See, we don't have many Ebenezers in our life. Not many of us are stacking stones of, that's going to remind me. But we have other things that can remind us. One thing I really enjoy about social media is that it will give me a time hop, or what happened last year. Or what happened 4 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago. And it's a great time of just remembering what God's brought me through. The lessons God has taught me. And where I am today. And so what I want you to do is take some time as a family and really think about, what has God been bringing you guys through? What are times in your life that you really had to trust in God fully, and He provided? Because when we can remember those times, when we can have things to remind us of those times, it can be easier when we're facing trials, when we're facing struggles, to look back and say, oh yeah, God is faithful. Oh yeah, God does go before me. So I also can be strong and courageous. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We hope you guys are staying safe. Make sure to stay tuned for some of the fun things coming up in GBCYM. If you're not connected, sign up for our emails, sign up for our text blast, follow us on social media. Just reach out to us even. Let us know how you're doing. Send me a text, a message, even snail mail. I will read your messages because we care about you guys, know that we're praying for you guys, and we truly, truly, truly hope to see you all soon. Take it easy. Stay safe.